What's going on, my peeps? Your boy Versatile is back with another video. And yes, I'm back talking about the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4. 1 week later, how has the tablet been since I've had it for over a week? With this Samsung Galaxy tablet right here in this beautiful case you guys saw from Infiland. Let's remove it. It has been a very pleasurable experience. Now, I will not lie, it took me a minute to kind of get used to being back on Android Oreo, this shiny slab of a tablet here. It took me a minute to get back into Oreo. It is a little different. Hopefully you guys can see me pretty well here. It's a little different. Oreo's a little different from like Android Pie, for that matter. And on a tablet is clearly different. But Samsung did a great job utilizing it on here. So we might as well talk about software first. How has the experience been? Well, the fact that this tablet is rocking the Snapdragon 835, surprisingly, I've had no hiccups with it. It's been running smoothly. It's been running fine. And comparing it to like my Pixel 2 that had the 835, it's been running fine in that phone as well. So I personally haven't had any issues with the processor and the ability for the performance to be steady in terms of being well. I've had no problems. And in this tablet, Samsung definitely optimized it to do tablet-like things. I've used this in both tablet mode and Dex mode, and I've came away with good conclusions and a couple questions. And so let's talk about tablet mode first. In tablet mode, it's just like any other tablet, it's just like any other Samsung you pretty much dealt with. In terms of software, it's been great. It's been fine. You can actually change your recent apps. So you can look at it in grid form also, as opposed to like the slidey tab form that we all have come to remember. You know, now that that's changed in Android Pie, instead of the card swiping, it was, you know, swiping up and down. So that's one change that's been a little different, but switching it to that grid view, more of like a Windows approach to being able to switch through different apps and whatnot. I like that on this tablet. Samsung's done a phenomenal job in terms of the software, in terms of being able to handle things. Gaming has been great on here. I told you I love playing Marvel Contest of Champions. It's been fine on this device. I really haven't had any issues with it. It took me a little bit to get used to the S Pen, of course, with the Note-like features, being able to press the button, bring up the Air View, I think it's called. It's been great, being able to do the screen off, write notes down on here. It's been great. I've definitely been enjoying my time with the tablet and been trying to find excuses to use it because, one, the display is beautiful, rocking a QHD display. I think it's 2560 by 1600, 287 PPI, 288 PPI, somewhere in there. It's been a solid tablet. Viewing experience has been amazing. I try to save stuff from watching on my TV to watching on my tablet because this display is that great. Now, one thing that Samsung has kind of bewildered me with, or has underwhelmed me with, is it was fast there, but it really kind of depends on your lighting, is the iris scanners. For some reason, it kind of lags, or you have to be really close to the device. So that's one thing that's kind of gotten on my nerves a little bit. Hasn't been too much of a problem just because typically it is close to me. Now, I do like holding it outside of the case. I do want to get the Samsung keyboard case to truly experience this in its like laptop form. But in terms of usability, the heft is great. It gives you something to hold. You know it's here in your hand, no problem. I haven't had no issue there with that, whether it's sideways or in landscape or portrait. Excuse me, it's late. I will say that you have to be careful placing your hands when you do hold it in landscape because the sensors are over here, and you can get a little close to it with your thumbs or whatnot, especially for playing games or holding it in landscape mode. That being said, I've only ran into that issue a couple of times, but once you kind of are aware of, okay, let me make sure you're good, you really don't forget afterwards. So definitely a great holding experience in terms of the feel in the hand and everything. The camera bump on the back, it's very minimal, hasn't gotten in the way, Haven't taken any pictures or video on here yet. I know it can record in 4K. I know it can record pretty decent video for a tablet. Just haven't done it yet because, of course, I have a phone and I haven't had anybody to Skype or FaceTime with off of here, but I will try that. Now, Dex Mode. I love Dex Mode. Contrary to popular belief, Dex Mode has very, very great potential if Samsung definitely invests in it. Hopefully with the Android 9 Pie update and Android Q following. Dex Mode is solid. I like how Dex Mode is easy to get to. Just swipe down, come through here, hit that Dex Mode right there, Samsung Dex. You know, it shuts down and then, not shuts down, but it kind of just starts Dex Mode. It's pretty quick. Wow. I like it. I like this experience a lot. It's very laptop-esque, and you know you need a keyboard to really take advantage of this. Being able to bring up apps in pop-up view, you can have one full screen app, and then you can have several other apps just by pressing this button right here. Brings up all your apps. So while you're rocking an app like, let's say, YouTube, it brings up it in the window style, right? You can hit the expand, right? And then you can hit this again, and let's say you want to bring up like the calculator or something. Bow, you can bring up the calculator, and even though it's white, you really can't see it. Now you can play with this while you're watching a video if you don't need it. Or you want to come in here and, well, of course you can choose your most recent apps. So like, let's say I was in my settings, right? I can open up my settings and it's right there. It's probably not going to zoom in on it because it's just so... I can't wait till we get dark mode in that Android Pie update. Let's try something a little darker like this. Android Central. Wow. So now I can read articles, or Android Authority. I can read articles while I'm watching a video or something. And then let's say I want to bring up another one like Android Central. Now I got another one. I can scoot that over here. So while I'm watching, I can get to reading on articles and stuff like that. And it's much easier to utilize. It's much easier to utilize in Dex Mode, and that's what I really like, is that Dex Mode basically takes tablet mode and makes it that much easier to multitask while you're using the device. And I've rocked Dex Mode for a whole 24 plus straight hours, just straight Dex. I didn't think you could do that before, but after I realized you could, I was like, I'm gonna do that. I like doing that. Once I get the keyboard, I'll get the full experience, so I reverted back to tablet mode for now, which is fine because the text is bigger. So for some reason, the font and text is slightly smaller in Dex mode. I don't know why. I mean, of course you can change it, but then it also changes it in tablet mode and enlarges your font and everything there. So you have to go back and slide it back down. But I like Dex mode. I like the laptop look. I like being able to utilize the windows and apps that aren't fully optimized. Samsung Dex Labs allows you to basically kind of like force full screen for certain apps. It will not allow you to do so with Instagram, which is fine, I guess. I mean, I barely look at Instagram on my tablet. I just look at it on my phone. But it will kind of force full screen certain apps. And then, you know, you can still utilize those apps and be just fine. You can have YouTube TV playing and YouTube at the same time, no issues. So I definitely appreciate the multitasking that Samsung has allowed to take place with this tablet. That being said, the one problem I seemed like I kept running into, even though it didn't really affect my performance or my usability or functionality for that matter, was that this model, the 64 gig, only has 4 gigs of RAM. So I think that plays a role in how many apps it will allow to stay open in the background before it possibly force closes itself. I think you can have up to like 20 to 26 apps open or something like that, somewhere between 16 and 20 apps like open, the windows, you know, just open on here. But with the 4 gig of RAM model, you'll constantly get a message at the bottom saying like running out of memory, you know, save your files, close apps. And so like really you really only get to have about 4 to 5 apps open. Now, I don't know if that's affected by apps being open in tablet mode also. I will be actually trying to do that. I'm just going to close everything in tablet mode and open everything up in Dex and see if that actually plays an effect in terms of memory. Of course, you can access your settings and your device can go into memory and look what's in there eaten up or what's all active and close stuff out, clear memory. But that's the only real issue I really found. with this, in terms of Dex Mode, I really like Dex Mode. I really hope Samsung continues to push developers to optimize apps for Dex Mode. There's always seems like there's always been a problem with Android apps working on tablets or being optimized for tablets, and then on top of that, Samsung coming through with Dex Mode and throwing developers off. So I can understand the hesitancy or the reluctance to optimize apps, but I really hope they do, because I like using Dex Mode a lot. And when I get a keyboard, I'm definitely going to utilize all of this in its full form with the mouse and everything and just rock this as a tablet. But having said that, I haven't needed a keyboard to utilize Dex Mode, and that's been nice too. I just wish like your little taskbar down here was a little bigger. And I don't know if that again has anything to do with font and everything, but I wish the task was bigger, your font was likewise bigger, and everything didn't seem like it needed the S Pen, which is still on my case right now. Side note, the S Pen tip is it seems like it's very fragile. I dropped it a few times spinning it, and I don't know if it like has bent the S Pen tip or not. It's kind of fragile. I hope that they can continue to build on the endurance or durability of the S Pen. Now, what have I also enjoyed about this tablet? The 7300 milliamp hour battery has been phenomenal in this thing. Both in tablet mode and Dex mode, I've experienced being able to go through a full 10 to 12 hours of nonstop like video play and still come out with like 17, 18%. You know, I'm gone for 10 to 12 hours. I can have video running in the background. I can have stuff constantly going on here in the background, whether it's 480p or 720p, or surprisingly, being able to get full HD 1080p content during the day running on this tablet. And it runs as if it's got unlimited bandwidth. It's actually pretty insane, the ability to run full HD video on here at 1080p, or for that matter, every once in a while, like quad HD in a congested area. And I've been able to get it flawless on here and still come out the day not having to charge my tablet until I get home. I threw those screenshots on there for you for what the battery looked like. I went through a whole day of playing video, multitasking on here, just opening apps, different apps, just trying different stuff, opening, whatever I just said, and editing a video on here and uploading to YouTube on here, and still didn't have to charge this thing. Like crazy. That was the first screenshot. The second screenshot was basically today's screenshot of the battery life today in tablet mode, and I still get phenomenal battery life. So one thing I've noticed both with the S10e and with the Tab S4 is the battery gets better over time throughout your first week of using it, because now even my phone, like I take it off the charger the night before, still come home with like 40-50% left the night before. Tablet, I take it off in the morning, then I get home about 12 hours later, and I still wait to charge it until I'm about to go to sleep, where I might have about 6 to 9% left. Using it, watching stuff on it, playing a little bit of video games on it, and the tablet just lasts. I could not do that with my Tab S2. You probably could with the Tab S3 a little bit, but this with superior battery life. So that's my week review of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4. Best believe I will be using this. I continue to find excuses using it because I really enjoy and love using this tablet. You guys let me know what you guys think so far of what I just said in terms of this tablet. What are you guys looking forward to in the actual review of the video of this tablet? What have you been surprised by in terms of this tablet? I like the glass. It's a fingerprint magnet, so it makes no sense to try to keep cleaning it off every time I try to do a video for it. What do you guys think about the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4? Will you be picking one up? The speakers, likewise, have been phenomenal. I haven't had no issue with the speakers, except for like a couple songs here and there that seemed like it really pushed the speakers to the point of some noise or some crackling, some hissing, just a little bit. Like it really kind of pushed it. But outside of that, I haven't had no issues with these speakers. They've been great. So it's definitely a step up from what I've been used to So I definitely enjoy listening to stuff on here as well. I continue to find excuses to listen to stuff on this tablet. I like this tablet. It's a well-worthy replacement of my tablets too. And in time to come, I'm really enjoying rocking this tablet. So I'm definitely intrigued by it. I will continue to drop coverage on it, whether or not I get the keyboard anytime soon. Review will drop soon, later on, in the near future. Anything I get for it, I'm definitely gonna, of course, share that with you guys. Right now, this video is being recorded off my S10e. Hope you guys have noticed an improvement in my video quality. It does seem like it's kind of grainy just a teeny bit, and that's just because of how I have my light setting right now. I might try to lower my light. I have a nice big studio light, but it's just I'm trying to soften it some. But I've noticed an improvement in quality on my S10e as opposed to my Pixel 2 that I was shooting on. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that notification bell if you are subscribed. If you're not, hit that subscribe button and then hit that notification bell so you will be let know when Versatile Stark is in the building drops videos for you. So that'll be on the lookout for continued coverage on the S4 and continued coverage on tech in general. We got things coming through the pipeline, so be on the lookout. But I definitely appreciate it. Your boy Versatile signing out, and until the next video, come and tell me, I will watch everything. Wait for it.